Yeah, so I'll speak more or less for the artist, right? Because the music stuff they're still working on. There's this company or Corinco Audio where they're working on, creating that type of platform, almost like a SoundCloud or NFT. So that's later on. But if you're an
Okay.
artist, if you're a photographer, even, all you have to do is number one, you get your collection together, and
Hmm.
it doesn't have to be 10,000 pieces. Let's say you have two pieces that you want to put on OpenSea. That's no problem. But first, and I learned it from experience, you kind of have to build the community. So you do a
Hmm.
Discord, you do a Twitter account, or on your Instagram, and you say, "Hey guys, I'm working on a couple of pieces. If you have a good following, you show previews of it on your social sites, and then
Hmm.
you say on January 1st, I'm gonna release this on OpenSea. And the way that you do it in OpenSea is you get a MetaMask wallet.
Okay.
So that's a crypto wallet. You mint it onto OpenSea and you have to pay a fee to mint it. And like, I don't want to go too technical, but pretty much it will take, to be
That's fine.
honest, the whole process is like 10 minutes.
Okay.
As long as you pay the fee, you put the price. So you could either have it for bidding, almost like eBay, or you can put it at a
Hmm.
set price where people could buy it. Once you
Okay.
post it, you just re-advertise and say, "Hey guys, my artwork is on OpenSea. Here's the link. You could promote it on your social sites, set the price, and see what happens." And you never know, man. You never know. Like
Hmm.
somebody, and this is the beauty of it, right? It's an open market. The world is looking at this. So instead of being limited to an art gallery in your country or on
Hmm.
your website, now you have a couple of people from all over the world coming to the site to find art. People want to find the cool NFTs, and you might have a
Of
chance
course.
of making a lot of.
And when you say minting, what does, for the people that don't know what minting is,
It's
what is
it's
that?
it's 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 the same thing as saying uploading it to OpenSea after you pay the fee. That's just minting. So it's like uploading a picture onto the website. That's all it is, really.
Good,
But it's
good, good.
also minting. It gives it a special code. It puts an integration code into the to your NFT. So that's also happening in
Yeah,
the minting process.
good. I think what you're saying is beautiful. Thank you again. I believe that you could attest to this. As an artist, one of the main reasons as that people stop doing their art or stop doing what they love is because a lot of artists may not get the money or the financing. Once it happens, and people just stop. They start working. They start doing their job, and that's the beauty of crypto. That I feel that since it is power to the people, more people once they start knowing what OpenSea is, they're going to start, investing and creating communities and socializing more and supporting people instead of being these big corporations that force like Taylor Swift onto us. I mean, not that her music is bad, but a lot of the stuff that comes out is being forced to us, and this people are going to start creating their own communities and being uh, growing even bigger to what they could have been,
Exactly,
or what they are.
exactly. They get full exposure into this beautiful market. It's incredible, and
And
it's hard work, guys. Well, and I just want to say this: just because you put your picture on OpenSea, you're not going to be a millionaire. It's hard work. You have to advertise yourself. It's almost like you're selling your painting to somebody in the street. Like, why should they buy it? So you have to create a
mhm,
story behind it. You have to work hard. You have to talk about it. You have to be your own marketing person. So if you just put a
mhm,
picture there, it's not going to sell. It's a whole package. You have to think about the idea, the story, what's making
mhm.
why is this person going to buy your picture? You have to go through that process also.
Yeah, you have to be a good artist,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, art and music, it's up to the people to decide what's good and what's not. Like, it's at the end of the day, it's creativity. So that's like virtual land and what you put in it, and the NFTs that you do. It's all creative, but like Adrian said, it's hard work. It's they Rome wasn't built in 1 year. Like, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna have to uh, hit some rough patches, but at the end of the day, this is something that's new and that you should definitely take a look at it. And the 5% of royalty fee that you said, once OpenSea becomes even bigger, because it's inevitable, it's inevitable, would those fees decrease, increase, stay the same, or
I think they'll increase. I mean, if they're going to increase and they're valuated already over 20 billion, I think they couldn't pay the people because they want people to use their site because they're going to have competition. They want to be number one, right? So I think they'll be more generous when it comes to fees.
okay.
Going back to the
But,
person.
and what is the competition? I know Solana Art is one. I know Cardano
You got
has their
Solana
own
art. You
marketplace.
got a C NFT, which is a Cardano type NFT platform. So you have a few, but OpenSea pretty much dominates the world. You have a lot of apps. You have like Art Wallet that's creating an NFT integrated app. So they do have
Okay.
competition, but right now they're pretty dominant.
And it's safe to say that they are the number one. If you want your artwork to be exposed or your NFTs to be exposed, that's definitely the way to go.
Correct.
But let's mention about the gas fees. Can you go over a little bit of the gas fees and compare and contrast like Solana or
Yeah.
the other ones that are much cheaper than to do it on OpenSea? Like on OpenSea, I feel that you're paying a premium, sort of, because that's the number one and that's where the most volume is. Correct?
So yeah, so pretty much gas fees are transactions that are happening in the Ethereum network. So you have to pay a fee to transact in the Ethereum network, and it's pretty high. If you're minting or if you're making a transaction during peak times, I'll say Eastern Standard Time is the peak time in America, or the way that we look at it, it could be pretty high. So minting could cost you from $300 to $400 just to mint, right? So what is the competition and what can you do? So of course you mentioned it, Solana. Solana pennies to mint a picture. The fees are very minimal. You have Cardano and CNFT. You could do the same process, pay less fees, and you could even buy land and CNFT with no to close fees. Okay, so definitely if you're starting out, definitely don't go to OpenSea unless you have already enough capital to do so. Try the other ones. Yes, they're lower tier, but you'll start getting your work out there. But I do recommend Cardano or Solana when it comes to paying less fees because it adds up at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course, of course. When you do, say you do a collection, say you have like 10 artworks that you want to like post. Do you have to pay on every single one of them, or once you mint
So yeah,
it?
so you could do that, or I think what OpenSea is actually doing, and I forgot to mention this, they're also going to start using the Polygon network.
Okay.
So it is going to be lower actually. So I forgot to mention that they're just working on that. So if you use that network, you'll pay less fees. And yeah, so per minting you have to pay a small fee. But I recommend if you're on OpenSea, look up Polygon. I think they're integrating that network because people are like, well, what's the point of paying all these fees when you have other networks that or ecosystems that are not doing that much? So
Yeah.
definitely look into that.